everyone, and welcome to Arthelia's Vintage and Handmade. Today's video will be focused on hashtag 2019 Make 9. This is my sewing version. If you're also interested in knit and crochet, I will have another video all for that. If any of you follow me on Instagram, you may have noticed that I've already posted a picture of my Make 9. That has actually already changed just a tiny little bit. I changed it before I actually started making things, but I did make a little adjustment just to focus on some things that would be slightly more appealing to me. But let's start with number one, which I have already started. It is McCall's 6555. It is just a basic skirt pattern. I'm doing this version. There are two versions. The only difference is the belt width. One has a slightly wider width than the other one. I don't need to show you the fabric. It's just a basic poly blend skirting fabric, but it's working up really nicely. I've shot some footage on the grading that I did on it, so that may end up being another video at some point. It's good for starting if you've never done pattern grading before and want to start with something simple. A gored skirt is perfect. So next I have my pile is right over here. So as I turn, that's what I'm doing. I'm grabbing my next item that I have. Next up is a Modern Repros of Simplicity 8593, the blouse right here. I am going to be doing version D right here, and I have this fabric that I have purchased from Fashion Fabrics Club. It is a heart print chiffon, and I know I am definitely challenging myself to sew with chiffon. I cannot recall if I have before. If I did, it was a very long time ago, but I felt that this was perfect for that top because it's nice and drapey and pretty, and it will go great with the McCall skirt. So that is my number 2 of my Make 9. Number 3 is a very popular pattern, one of the Gertie Butterick patterns from a couple of years ago, 6556 right here. I'm going to do this version B with the sleeve. And I decided to do that when I came across this Gertie fabric that was left at my Joann's. It's a border print, blue roses, and then it also has the narrow border that you can use as an accent detailing around the neckline. So I'm going to use that. It is a cotton sateen, and I think I have like 5 or 6 yards of this. I purchased everything they had left on the bolt. They never put this on their clearance when they were doing the Gertie fabric clearance, so I was able to use a 50% off Joann's coupon that day, which worked out quite well. Next up is one of the most popular Gertie patterns, I think, of all time. Almost anybody that sews has sewn this one. It is 6453, needs no explanation. I have been saying I was going to make this dress for quite a number of years. The fabric that I chose to make it in is a Michael Miller cat print that I really love. But before I cut into that fabric, which is a little bit precious to me, and that I wanted to try this one out and get a good fit. So I'm going to make a wearable muslin in this very fun cotton print that I got off eBay. I know it was available in Joann's for a while, but it is Black Widow. If you are a Marvel fan, you will totally know why this will be great. And she's a redhead, so I love Black Widow. There you go. So that is my muslin for this. Going to get that done finally. The next one that I have is 8463. I'm going to do this. And I may make a muslin for this. Just a traditional cotton muslin, fabric muslin, because this is about the most expensive, not counting vintage, modern fabric that I have ever purchased for a yard. I think it was like 15. And for me, that's that's high end. Maybe, no, it was more than that. It was like 18. It is called Bachelor Button, I believe. It is a rayon, deep. It's more green than it was turquoise. I thought it was going to be slightly more turquoise, but it's slightly more green. It's showing up more turquoise than it is on camera, but it's slightly more green, but it's a very pretty color. It's beautiful fabric. It has all these little, look like dandelions. And I really love it. And I love the pink accents. And there's also what looks like white is actually kind of a sparkly gold. I don't know if that'll come across, but it's really, really pretty. I got it from fabric.com. I believe it's still available. It is by Art Gallery Fabrics. And the print is called Tiny Dancer Bachelorette Rayon. So if you're interested in that fabric, maybe it will eventually go on sale, but it's really pretty. And I think it is going to work up to these Simplicity 8463. I think this is perfect. I think that will look really nice in that. So that's that one. My next one is a project that I have purchased fabric for so many years ago, it's ridiculous. But I've just been hesitating and afraid to mess with it. It's one that I have to alter the size because it's a vintage pattern, but I love it. It is one of the patterns that I've just wanted it for so long. I finally found a copy in a size that's not too tiny. It's a Hollywood pattern from the 1940s. Number is 1481. And it's this. I just love these little peplum suit style two-piece dresses. This is the version I'm going to make right here with the little collar. I've decided to make it, this won't look like much, but it's a black piqué cotton. Has a little bit of a texture. I had wanted a waffle piqué, but I have not been able to find one. So I think when I actually purchased this, I thought I was purchasing a waffle piqué, but it actually turned out to be a bird's eye. Either way, it will be nice. It will be perfect for this. And then the collar and cuffs I'm going to do in polka dot. So I think this will be a very, very cute combination for that little suit. Black with polka dot trim. And next, I have a piece of fabric that I've been hanging on to for a long time. It's not super precious or anything, but it was from Hancock. I forget how many years ago. Hancock's out of business for a few years now, and I had bought it a few years before that. But it was just in their quilting cotton, but when I saw the print, it just was so vintage to me and so cute, and I just loved it. And so I knew I wanted to make something really special with it. And when you have fabric that you love so much, you're sometimes afraid that you're going to make the wrong thing with it, and you want it to be something you're going to get a lot of wear out of, and it's going to suit the fabric. And I just loved this little print so much. It's like little pieces of paper with little flowers on a red background, and I love it. So pretty. I believe I bought 4 yards of it when I got it. So I have finally decided that I am going to make this vintage pattern, Simplicity 3598. It's just a basic little gathered day dress, 1940s, very simple, but I like the detailings on it. It has gathering at the shoulders, which I think will be nice for this fabric, and it also has, it gathers down the front and into this little half circle at the waist. So it has very nice detailing, but instead of being super plain for this print, it will add some nice interest to it. And they have it here in a nice little small print, so I think this will be just nice and adorable and sweet. So I'm looking forward to finally making something out of my precious little retro cotton. If you hear noise, it may be galloping cats. Okay, second to the last is not super exciting, but it is an absolute necessity. I made a few years ago and never wore a blue dress made out of vintage, not organdy, voile. Vintage voile with little floral prints all over it. It came out really pretty, but very see-through. I tried to put a traditional full slip underneath it, but the contrast was just too much against the blue. So I have a vintage pattern for a full slip. I can't tell what the number is. Maybe I have it written down. 2692. 2692 if you're interested in this full slip. Simplicity. So I just bought a matching lightweight cotton. This is the color of the dress, so it should be a nice subtle blend to keep it just all looking nice and not have my slip stand out. It'll just look like a lining. So that is definite why it's on the Make 9. And finally, this is the one that I swapped out. I had a different blouse pattern. My wardrobe is definitely in need of blouses. And I had a different blouse pattern on my Make 9 originally on Instagram. But when this came out last week and I picked it up, and I saw how much fabric it used, I knew I was going to make quite a few of these. This is Gertie's new Simplicity pattern, 8882, right here. I am going to make this one with the curved neckline, sweetheart neckline, right there. It uses less than 2 yards in most sizes, in all sizes. It's less than 2 yards. And I have vintage fabric that we all know is much narrower than modern most of the time. And I have this beautiful piece of red, almost polished cotton shirting with blue flowers and circles. That I bought from Mina of Make This Look on Instagram. I will put her shop information down below. But I bought this maybe about a year or so ago. And I think I have like just slightly under 2 yards. And I think it's going to be so cute as this top. And I have so many vintage buttons. I'm excited to sort through to find it. It uses just 3 little vintage buttons down the front. And we all know we don't always have a large quantity of buttons, so sometimes you just have those precious little 3, and that will be perfect for this. That's it for my Make 9. I hope you enjoyed that, and like I said before, I will be doing one on knit and crochet for my Make 9 for 2019 also. Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like and share. Also, if you're not already subscribed, please do so. Until next time,